The quiet librarian, everyone underestimated, is actually a heavy metal icon. You know that girl from high school, who was always too quiet? The one who wore oversized cardigans and sat in the front row and looked like she'd apologize to a wall if she bumped into it? Yeah, that was me. My name's Chloe, and 10 years later, my old friend group still treats me like I'm made of glass. Last weekend, Sarah hosted a wine and wine night at her place in the suburbs. The second I walked in, she cooed at me like I was a golden retriever. "Oh, look at you, Chloe. Still our little church mouse," she said, handing me a Sprite. Everyone else was drinking expensive Merlot, but apparently my delicate constitution couldn't handle it. They spent the whole night talking about their wild eras, their high-stakes corporate jobs, and their messy breakups. Every time I tried to chime in, they'd pat my hand and say, "Don't worry, sweetie. You wouldn't understand. It's a big, scary world out there." They actually joked about setting me up with Sarah's cousin, who still lives with his mom, and collects, get this, antique stamps, because we'd be so safe together. I just sipped my soda and smiled. Then, Sarah's husband, Mike, came home with a few guys from his firm. They were all loud, typical frat bros turned associates. Mike was halfway through a story when he stopped dead, staring at me. "No way," he whispered. He pulled out his phone, his thumbs flying across the screen. "Dude, is this you?" He turned the phone around. It was a video from last month's Hellraiser Fest. On the screen was a woman in spiked leather, screaming into a mic with enough raw power to shake the foundations of the building. My stage name, Viper X, was flashing in neon behind me. The room went dead silent. "Wait," Sarah stammered, looking from the screen to my cardigan. That's not possible. Chloe works in a library." I finally put down my Sprite. "Actually, Sarah, the library is my day job. It pays for the tour bus. We're opening for Slipknot next week in Vegas." Mike's jaw was on the floor. "You have 4 million monthly listeners on Spotify. I've been trying to get tickets to your sold-out show for months." I stood up, smoothed out my boring skirt, and headed for the door. "Anyway, thanks for the soda, but I've got a sound check at midnight. And Sarah, tell your cousin I'm more of a chainsaw person than a stamp person." I walked out to the sound of them frantically Googling my tour dates, and honestly, it sounded better than any encore I've ever played.